Well, I hope everyone is fine and everyone is good and having fun in their life. So, this is episode 2 of my digital diary or episode 2 of Dear Diary. The topic is little sensitive. I don't know. I think it is sensitive, but I don't know. I think you've already read the title of the video. It is about OF, and is it really an empowerment tool for women, or has it been portrayed that way? Why do we need such a topic to discuss about? Because why not? It affects women, and it is, of course, has an argument for or against which surrounds women, because OF is a platform where both men and women are there, but majority of them are women, and the one who is watching or consuming that the content that comes out from OF are men, majority of them. So the first question in my mind when I first heard about OF was it bad? Because X-rated explicit content is there. I mean, you'll search it on Google and you'll find it. So why was this buzz around OF, and why was it so loud that I couldn't even hear anything else? Of course, it is not such a big thing in India yet, but there is a trend. Whatever happens in America, slowly and eventually it seeps into other countries as well. It is like what happens in America is somehow being transmitted, but that is all the concept of globalization is. And majority of the people who are creating an OF are women, and majority of them seeing are male audience. But that is not the point that I want to discuss. The point is to understand, is OF good or bad? In my opinion, it is a gray zone. Why is it a gray zone? Let's talk about it. When I say it is a gray zone, because it is not like explicit work doesn't exist. Because explicit work, the X-rated content exists, and it has existed for a very long time. You can read history about it, but I'm not here to talk about the history around the explicit work. But I'm here to talk about OF. So it is not something that is a very new concept that is being introduced in the society, like the pronouns argument or whatever, right? It is not a new thing that has come into the society. It has existed. But why there was so much buzz about OF? And I'm not saying the X-rated work or the explicit videos or whatever is bad or good. I think you are an able, understanding human being who will be able to have a judgment about that. But in my opinion, it is not bad. Doing an X-rated video or doing OF is not actually bad, as in, oh, she's such a bad person, oh, she is doing such weird content, she's a bad person, or he's a bad person. No, but that is not what I'm saying. And I'm not here to talk about that is the content bad or is the people who are doing it bad. We are here to talk about OF creators. So when I was researching, I found that former X-rated sites were not paying enough money and often exploited these individuals who were working for them. So I think you all have heard about some of the famous X-rated websites, which is porn dash dash, right? I think you know, I'm not going to say the name of the website. These are some of the sites that have exploited people so much. And there is actually many papers that if you go digging around, you'll find that there were human trafficking happening. There were exploitive measures, like they would they would put an advertisement that we are hiring for models, and then when these women would come to give an interview for or to give to give an interview for modeling, they would actually be hired for doing explicit work which they have not consented, and their consent would often be fabricated and would be forced to sign on it, and the contracts would not be even given to them. मतलब उनको contracts दिया भी नहीं जाता था जो वो लोग sign कर रहे थे. उनको कुछ नहीं पता कि वो कैसे कर रहे थे. And बहुत बार ऐसा भी होता था कि these sites used to hire other women जो कि ये पोर्ट्रे करती थी कि नहीं नहीं बहुत अच्छा काम है और तुम्हें भी करना चाहिए, इट पेज गुड. और फिर वो लोग उन जो मॉडलिंग गिग के लिए आई थी उनको साइन अप करते थे और उनको सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ कमीशन मिलता था. जैसे अगर कोई भी इन्फ्लुएंसर है, उसको कोई भी प्रोडक्ट के लिए बोला गया है कि भाई आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट करना और हम आपको एक सर्टेन कमीशन देंगे जितने भी प्रोडक्ट्स आप सेल करते हो, उस टाइप का ही सिस्टम होता था. And there were child pornography also being promoted. I think there's a very well case of a 16-year-old girl who forged her documents and she kept on making these adult movies for 2 years, and then somebody found out or something happened and it was a huge thing. I think it was back in 80s in America. But I think it is a worth thing to search about, that these sites that people watch X-rated things are something which is non-consensual. And I think in India it is also happening. We know that Oyo rooms have these cameras and it is so normalized. People are like, हाँ ये जो भी कर रहे हैं अब कुछ दिनों बाद ये इंटरनेट पे आ जाएगा. I think it is such a dangerous thing to say, and it is such a dangerous thing to accept कि ओ ये तो आ ही जाएगा, इसका क्या है. There is both the parties are not giving consent for whatever they did in that hotel to be put on internet. And I think this is actually so horrendous. But why this buzz about OF is going on? So there are two major arguments that I found out. One is that OF actually gives these creators, these adult creators, autonomy over their body, which was not happening previously on these websites. They can show what they want to show, how much they want to show, what they want to do. Do they want to have sexual intercourse in the video or not, or they just want to just have a nude show. So they have that autonomy. But what was the argument of the other side? The argument of the other side that I found slightly made sense to me was that what is happening is that previously when people were putting X-rated videos, these videos were not commercialized. They were not being advertised कि hello मैंने ये video बनाया है, go check it out, link मैंने इधर दे रखा है, आप $5 whatever $5 or whatever the price, whatever the fees is, you go and watch it, and I'm advertising it on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever they are advertising. With these X-rated website, it used to not happen. People used to know that this person is into these content, and they used to type it in and watch it. Majorly it used to happen this way. But now what is happening is these creators are making these Instagram pages and Facebook pages. Nothing wrong with that. You have all the autonomy to do that. But the problem is when you're known for making such content, even a slightly suggestive costume of yours or a dress of yours will be seen in a way that you are selling your body right now on Instagram for the intention that you go and see what is inside it, or what lies underneath my dress. And even a little bit of suggestiveness in your dress or the way you have taken the photo makes people question the intention. Is it just a normal photo that any 25-year-old or a early 20s girl would put, or is it an intention for me to go subscribe to her OF and see what lies beneath the dress of hers. That is not the problem. That is okay. What if she just wants to have that suggestiveness? The problem is that Instagram, Facebook, all these places are also being used by children, are also being used by teenagers who have not understood the concept of nudity and have not understood the concept of sexual intercourse. It is something that comes naturally, by which I mean that you see people around you having discussions about it, experiencing what they experience, and then you form your opinions very naturally. But what if you're seeing it on internet, you see people talking about it on internet, and you see these suggestive photos? Your perception about nudity and your perception about your sexuality changes entirely. And for a young mind, I am still a child, to be honest. I'm 19, but I am still not able to grasp the concept of nudity and grasp the concept of what sexual intercourse means in a relationship. What does it hold, right? So what happens to a child whose mind is so fragile? So it's a valid argument in my eyes, because you see, a child can believe anything. You make them believe that if your teeth falls and you keep it under your pillow, a tooth fairy will come and take that tooth and would give you money. So एक बच्चे का दिमाग कितना ज़्यादा जल्दी बदल सकता है, और अगर वो ऐसी चीज़ें और ऐसे कंटेंट देखे, then what happens to that mind? I think there are papers which have said that early exposed to nudity or sexual intercourse or sexual content changes the person's brain entirely, a child's brain entirely, and their perception towards nudity and all these concepts. So the only problem that I found out was this. But when I was researching about OF is relatively very newer concept that has come, that you have whole autonomy over your body, and you can put what you want to. If you want to have sexual intercourse online, you can do that. If you don't want to, then you can just do the basic nudity or wear a lingerie and pose a photo or a video doing something, right? But the thing is, when I was researching, I found that these online websites that used to exist, porn websites, these websites used to exploit women, and I think there are multiple videos made by porn stars. The ex-porn stars are dying, and what has happened to ex-porn stars, right? They either end up doing drugs or end up doing suicide. So my question is, because these sites have existed for such a long time, we know its effect. We know what it has done to these women, right? But what these women go through. And usually, I read this comment when I was researching on this topic. I read multiple arguments that it empowers women. There were some comments like, I felt beautiful when people were complimenting me. But underlying those compliments, I felt like these women or men, even if they feel like what these women are feeling, I feel they are insecure about their body, and the only way they got that appreciation that, oh, your body is so beautiful or your body is so hot or whatever, was through these content. But these were the usual comments, right? But one comment stuck to me a lot was that historically, I'm not exactly quoting the person, but it just in my mind that it stuck, so I'm just saying it. Historically, women, whenever hard times have come, always go to these two options. The first one is marriage, and the second one is, well, sex work. And that really hurts me, because I don't think so my worth is related to my body, right? A woman's worth is not just her body, of what she what she does, and both of these things makes me feel like marriage is beautiful and whatever, but the implication of saying that whenever hard times come, women always go through these two options. That is something that stuck to me, that I either have to sell my body on internet for people to see, for men to see basically, and or either I have to go through another way, which which is marriage, and I am only going through marriage because it is a hard time, not because I love the person, not because I have spent time with that person, because it is hard time. And that is actually kind of very true. I see that trend happening, not right now, but I saw that trend happening in past. So when women say that it is empowering them, is it really empowering them? And I'm not able to grasp. The argument that these women have given is that it gives autonomy to their body. Yes, I agree, it gives autonomy. You can strip whenever you want to, you can show whatever you want to, but it is in comparison to these X-rated websites. But that was also not empowering. It was just a way. Women used to get into that job because they didn't have money, and they were stuck in an echo chamber where everything was failing around them, and the only option was to do this. And sometimes that echo chamber was created by these websites. So I don't know how to feel about OF. Will I respect these individuals who do OF, or one who are porn star? Yes. Why? Because they're human beings. I don't care what your profession is. If you're a nice human being and you have not done something illegal, or you have not done something so heinous, of course I will love you as an individual and love you as a human being. I don't have that judgment for you. But yes, will I talk about what you do and how it impacts me as a woman? Yes. Why? Because it is impacting me as a woman. Your over-sexualization, which is a female body, also affects me and people around me. So yes, I will talk about it. Is it bad or is it not? I don't know. Me questioning OF, is it bad or not? I don't know. Is it bad to have an OF? I don't know. Think of it this way. Everything in your family and everything in your life goes down. You don't have any money. What happens? You don't have money, you are not getting job. The only way that you see is an OF. You are in an echo chamber where everyone is telling you're not getting a job. Why don't you start an OF? You have a nice body, you are so beautiful, you can do this. You then get stuck into an echo chamber and you start doing that work, and some point you start enjoying that work. So I don't know what to feel about OF. My morals does not match the one of the explicit creators. I cannot have my body be shown to people who want to see me as just a sexual being. I respect these individuals, but this is something I cannot do, and many of us cannot. So my only stand on OF creators or the platform of OF is that we have to observe and see is it bad or not, because we for sure know that these websites that still exist but used to be very popular before OF as a primary source of where you can see explicit content, were known for human trafficking, were known for child pornography, which is pedophilia, were known for exploiting and giving into such harsh condition that women used to bleed from down there doing these heavy activities. But my only suggestion is, or to ask these content creators to either, not even to content creators, to ask parents and even content creators or the people who made such platforms to have age restriction, where OF has an age restriction, but the Instagram pages where they promote their content do not have age restrictions most of the time, and parents also do not check what their children are doing. The one who is suffering in all of this are children who get exposed to these newer concepts they have no idea of. So my only thought right now of this is that I don't know what these OF platforms are supposed to do. Are they empowering or not? But I do know that these OF creators do give an early access create an early access to the concept of nudity, sexuality, and sexual intercourse to children who were supposed to have this idea naturally by seeing their surroundings, by understanding what they feel. I just have this thought. I respect these individuals as what they are, human beings, and I respect what they do, in a sense that you need courage and you need confidence to do it, and I cannot do it. Is it bad or is it good? We are going to see it in few years when people really start studying the mental effects of it, or if any people start commercializing it, like how these X-rated content website used to do to the female body. Will be it for today. I think it's a very long video. I first did say that I would prefer to have only 11 or 12 minutes, but I think this topic had a lot of things, lot of opinion, and lot of things to say. I still don't think so I've done a justice to this topic, and it's just my opinion. And if I've hurt somebody's feelings, I truly apologize. My intentions were not to hurt anyone. I just wanted to bring out an opinion of someone who is just entering into the world where such things exist and what my opinion is about them. So if you liked it, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day ahead. And always remember that there is always new things coming to your way, and new beginnings are always around the corner. Have a nice day, everyone.